So we have this beautiful 1968 Chevelle that is up on the list. This bad boy, candy apple red, ghost flames on it, and it runs great. This is a nice little running combination here, but what's the problem that we're having? Okay, this is the problem we're having. He wants to do a Wilwood front disc brake kit on this thing, and this is what we're putting on it. That's the whole kit. We are doing 4-piston calipers, and as you can tell, beautiful powder-coated Wilwood 4-piston calipers. There's the rotors. Those are the outsides or the actual spindle mounted portion, and I got to put all the seals in and all the basic stuff. We ended up getting stainless hoses instead of your rubber hoses, so this should help with a little bit of the brake feel, and all of this should absolutely kick ass. It's got to stop as good as it performs, right? I mean, if this thing's, ripping down the road and all of a sudden you hit the brakes and it's like, man, I have to set up for my stops. You shouldn't have to set up for your stops. Get this bad boy back out on the road, and we're going to take it for a test drive, make sure the brakes are working properly and everything's good to go. Mwah, magnifico. Dude, it's already got disc brakes. Putting on another set of disc brakes, that makes no sense. Why are you going through and wasting your time spending that much money on a set of Wilwoods to do that? This is a single piston caliper compared to a 4-piston caliper, compared to something like that. What does that mean in plain English? I'm going to get more clamping power. I'm going to get more clamping force, so that these are going to improve big time. This is our stainless hose that's going to go on there. Does this actually make a difference? Why? This is rubber. That's stainless. You have about 1,800 freaking PSI. Yeah, think about that. You have 1,800 PSI. What does rubber do? Well, let me think. It expands and contracts, right? So when you put all that pressure through it, that rubber wants to go oh, and expand itself out. Now, when you take something like this stainless braided line, that's not going to stretch. That's not going to give it all. So what that means is the pressure that you're putting down on your foot is going to go through, and it's going to help clamp better onto the brake rotor. That's why just even that little thing sometimes help. You will notice it in the pedal. Besides the fact we're putting on freaking 4-piston calipers, this is going to help with all of that. It's just benefits. That's what Wilwood knows. They're pretty good at doing brakes, I think. Ah, the joy of packing your own wheel bearings. Isn't it fun, boys and girls? Oh, yes. But I will say this, if you don't do this portion of it right, man, you might as well kiss your freaking brakes and everything else goodbye. So take your time packing your wheel bearings. Now I gotta say this, when you're putting this stuff together and you're actually installing everything that's gonna hold the rotors nice and tight, use the blue Loctite, don't use the red. And we just wanna put just a itty bitty little tiny little drop. Put too much on, next thing you know, it's just gonna be, I won't tell him if you don't. Ooh, little too much, little too much. Now that turned out cool. Oh, that looks good. And it's a hell of a lot lighter than the old rotor too. Let's get this thing installed. So here's one little thing that people, I guarantee, are gonna overlook on this. Well, you just simply bolt these on, call it a day. Just put everything together. Nay. What you have to do back here is this bracket right here that I'm touching. This is what your caliper is gonna bolt onto. You have got to make sure that the distance from here to here to the rotor is the same. There to there, there to there. So what you have to do is you have to sit there and add in shims. In doing so, I am in, you can see I'm at 108, I'm at 107 at the, or 1007 on the top, 1008 on the bottom. That's about as close as we're gonna possibly get with the shims and everything that they provide for you. Don't think that I'm just gonna throw a couple of washers on, put everything on and be done with it. That's why it takes a little bit longer to do a brake job like this than just, hey, let's throw on some OEM brakes and pads and call it a day. So now going from this new setup with the great braided lines here and 4-piston calipers to the old hot mess, that shouldn't even be a freaking question at all. Will it stop better? Should I have to answer that for you guys? Before I give it out to the customer, we're gonna go take this thing for a little test drive. The old man swung by and grabbed the cherry picker because we have to load up his 632 out of his Camaro that he sold. We're gonna quick run over there, help him unload it, load it back up. The pole barn is all of like 2 minutes down the road, and we're just gonna go quick help him. That's perfect to see if the brakes are working good on this thing. We'll come back. Dan can pick up his hot rod and enjoy the rest of the day, man. It's freaking gorgeous. Gotta have a little fun. Why do we put the exhaust cutouts on it? And that's the fun of exhaust cutouts. Want to make a little noise? We make a little noise. Woo! I gotta say, the brakes work pretty damn good on that thing, so we're gonna let that cool off a little bit. We'll make our way back to the shop and then get a hold of Dan. He can come pick up his hot rod. But here's the old barn. Some of you guys remember it, some of you don't. There's Schuler's bad, blown 1,050 plus horse 496. That was a fun build. If you guys haven't checked that one out, you gotta check that out. Nova hidden underneath the covers. That's a 69 396 375 car. The Lightning, and yes, there's my 55. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was going to put air in the tires today.
Got to air these up a little bit, but for you guys that haven't seen it, there's the chassis. This was originally a bone stock 265 Power Glide, all that stuff. So I went through and did pretty much like a back half job on it. So she's mini tub, ladder bars, coilovers, got a Dana 60. We ended up dynoing this bad boy over at Steve Morris's. We ended up cracking 800 horse with this little 372. This is a fun combination. I will be getting back to this, but there's so much stuff going on at the shop that having time to work on this, that's why I have Luke working on the Silverado, doing the SS 416. I just don't have time to work on my own stuff right now. But what am I doing here? This right here. This is an SR20. This was in the old man's race car, and this made over 1,200 horse. This was a pretty wicked combination. So this is gonna make its way out to, what, Cleveland, Ohio?
It's an 8-hour drive.
Yeah. So it's gonna end up out there. Buddy Schuler, he's gonna end up taking the motor out there, getting that. So this is the last little bit of the Camaro. So we're gonna get this loaded up. I'm gonna head back in the Chevelle. We're gonna go back to the shop. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to cut you guys the end video to this. I had to leave the old man's because all of a sudden I got a phone call from Steve Morris on that 302, that 9,000 RPM 302 motor that everybody just watched and enjoyed, and, you know, Performer X and all that stuff. So I didn't get a chance to cut it. So I'm giving you guys the lowdown on what's going on now. Dan was very, very happy with what ended up going on with the car, but he will be bringing it back because we are having a little problem with the rear brakes. I believe it's rear brakes are hanging up a little bit. And what goes on is once it heats up and he sticks a clutch in, it actually slows the car down a little bit. So at that point, I'm like, you know what? It might be that distribution block that's in the back. Sometimes if you run like a .5 type of brake fluid, it will eat up your rubber lines. Now, is this what's causing it? I don't know. You're gonna have to hit that subscribe button because we will be getting that car back. And guys, we got some other absolutely hot rod to the bone stuff I know you guys are going to enjoy coming down the pipeline. So hit that subscribe button, and don't forget, in that top corner, you're going to end up seeing a little bit more that you can keep watching. Keep it going, my friends. Keep it going because you're helping me out, and I do appreciate it. So till we meet again, my friends, I'll see you in the next video.